Emma Walton Hamilton.
Hi, I'm Geraldine, and I'm a fairy princess. You may not believe me, but I can tell you that I am. I just know I am, because I feel it inside. It's kind of like a feeling of knowing it in my heart. It's kind of a sparkly feeling. And I do everything that fairy princesses are supposed to do.
Fairy princesses are very presentable.
The first thing I do when I wake up every morning is to put on my fairy princess crown. Because you never know who you might meet, even on the stairs. Well, and then I have to choose my royal attire for the day. The big decision is which dress to wear. I mean, do you wear pink or pink or pink?
Fairy princesses have very refined taste.
For breakfast, I like to have fairy pancakes with extra fairy dust sprinkled on the top. Yum.
Yum indeed. Fairy princesses are very practical.
My brother Stuart, he says that fairy princesses don't wear sneakers and they don't have scabby knees. But I say that sneakers help me practice my flying skills. And well, scabby knees, well, they're just the price you have to pay sometimes.
Fairy princesses are very supportive.
My best friend Delilah, she doesn't believe that I'm a fairy princess. But I tell her, you can be whatever you want to be. You just have to let your sparkle out. For instance, I tell her, you sparkle when you play the trombone.
Flying is not allowed in class.
Yeah, at school, I always have to take off my wings and my crown and hang them in my cubby, because they might all get smashed in our morning meeting.
Fairy princesses know when to take charge.
Mrs. Penn, my teacher, says that fairy princesses shouldn't fidget and interrupt in class, but sometimes you just have to speak up. I mean, one time in class, our pet hamster, Houdini, escaped. Somebody's got to take care of it.
Thank you. All fairy princesses like to keep extra gifts on hand for special occasions, like when Grandma comes to visit.
Art class and music class are my favorites, because that's when I can really let my sparkle out. I use lots of glitter and sequins and feathers when I paint. And oh, music class, oh, all fairy princesses love, love, love to sing. La 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 la. Occasionally I get carried away, and Mr. Higginbottom, he has to remind me that there's only room for one conductor in the chorus.
Fairy princesses know that practice makes perfect.
Oh, the absolute bestest, most favoriteest part of the whole week is when I get to do ballet. Oh, do you take ballet? Because you get to wear a fluffy tutu, and you get to wear ballet slippers, and you get to whirl, and you get to whirl, and you get to leap light as a feather. And sometimes my crown gets in the way. You know why? sugar pink lemonade. It's the best, isn't it? And I like sugar cookies with extra sprinkles on the top.
Double yum. All fairy princesses have lots of royal duties.
Then it's off to the garden I go for all my princess jobs. Like, well, I have to build little houses for my fairy friends. And don't forget to exercise your unicorn. And catch frogs.
You never know when one might be a prince.
That didn't work. Then Mom calls me in and tells me I have to wash up because, oh darling, fairy princesses don't have dirty fingernails. But I say that's just the price you have to pay for having so many responsibilities.
Fairy princesses are very creative.
So when I take a bath and I have to shampoo my hair, I have to take off my crown. That's okay, because I can make one out of bubbles. You know, my brother Stuart, he said that fairy princesses shouldn't watch TV before they've got their homework done. But you know what I say? I say even a fairy princess needs to relax and take a break to keep her sparkle from sagging.
Besides, how else can you keep up with the fairy news of the day?
My daddy? Oh, Daddy knows that I'm a fairy princess. Does your daddy know that too? Because every day when he comes home from work, he says, "How's my little princess doing today?" So that's all right.
Fairy princesses need lots of beauty sleep to recharge their sparkle.
You know what though? Being a fairy princess can be very demanding. I mean, some days it's all I can do to keep from falling asleep during dinner. So Daddy has to carry me to bed, and Mommy tucks me in, but I always hear them say every night, "Sweet dreams, Jerry. We know you'll always be our fairy princess."
You can be a fairy princess too. You just have to let your sparkle out.